Hello, everyone, and welcome to the National Catholic College Admission Association Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you all here this evening. We have 6 wonderful institutions here to share a little bit more about what each of them do. Each will have 6 minutes to present on their institution, and then we will have some general questions that we'll talk through at the end of the session as well, time pending. We do have 45 minutes, but I would really encourage you to send all of your questions to the college representatives via that Q&A down at the bottom of your screen at any point during this session. So while we may have time for questions at the end, I do not recommend saving your questions to the end of the session. Really take advantage of the college representatives that you have here for 45 minutes and send your questions at any point through that Q&A feature. Your camera and microphone are off and they'll remain off throughout the full session. And so that Q&A is your main way to interact with our college representatives. A reminder that there are 2 more hours of programming after this session, so you can check those out if you haven't already signed up for other slots, and that this session is being recorded. And so if you need to return to any of this information, it will be available within the next few days at strivescan.com/NCCAA, which is the same exact site where you registered for this session. And so with that, we'll go ahead and kick things off with Fordham University.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share a quick little slide. I don't have too much of a presentation, but just this slide so that if folks need to contact me after, you can reach me. My email and my name is there. So I'll go ahead and start with a intro. So my name is Mariah Asensio. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm an admission counselor at Fordham, and I'm excited to be here with you all to talk a little bit about Fordham and what we have to offer in this quick time frame. So I first want to start with, where is Fordham? We are located in New York City. We have a campus in the Bronx, and we also have a campus in Manhattan. Something that I really want to stress to the students that are here is that New York City is a place where you can really challenge yourself to really be immersed in the different opportunities that are there. And I think being a part of Fordham really allows you to do that, given the location and how close we are to the city. So at Fordham, students can choose from 3 undergraduate colleges. So something that I like to tell folks as they start looking at Fordham is to think of us in a 3-2-1 way. And what I mean by that is that we have 3 undergraduate colleges, 2 campuses, and then we have 1 university, right? We are considered 1 university. I first want to begin with the campuses to dive a little deeper. So Fordham College at Rose Hill is located at Rose Hill in the Bronx. This campus itself is about 85 acres. It's the main picture you see right here. So lots of Gothic architecture. It's on an 85-acre campus. And again, lots of green space versus Lincoln Center is a bit smaller. So that campus itself is located in Manhattan and has about 2,000 undergrads. I may have not mentioned this, but the Rose Hill campus itself has about 6,000. So there is a difference in size and the types of students that are applying to each campus in themselves. So we have Fordham College at Rose Hill, located at Rose Hill in the Bronx. Then we have Fordham College at Lincoln Center, located at Lincoln Center in Manhattan. Then we have our 3rd undergraduate college, and that is the Gabelli School of Business. That School of Business offers a plethora of majors that students can choose from. The Gabelli School of Business at Rose Hill offers the more traditional majors, so accounting, finance, things like that. And then Gabelli School of Business at Lincoln Center only has 1 major, and that's global business. So I know there's a lot of info to kind of take in these short moments, but I'll share some kind of resources at the end too as well. When thinking about Fordham, there are so many majors that we have to offer. Over 60 is what we have to offer in each college that I've mentioned. So it's important to kind of know that if you're falling into these undecided kind of spectrum, that's totally okay. We have so many ways for you to explore through the core curriculum, as most schools will have that as well. But I think something really unique to Fordham is that we do expand on that core, allowing you to immerse yourself in different aspects of the social sciences, whether that be math too. There's a variety of different things that you can take. So some of the most popular ones are biology, business administration, communications and media, psychology, English as well. So again, kind of that liberal arts feel. We are also we've also recently added a fashion studies minor for those who are thinking of coming to New York City and truly being immersed in that culture. Fashion studies is something offered at Lincoln Center. We've also recently added a disabilities minor, which is new, and students are super excited about learning about that kind of aspect. So as a first year student, I've mentioned you'll be taking lots of different courses, allowing you to emerge in kind of the different way and find your passions along the way. Another aspect that we have at Fordham is to support students in their programming. So we do offer a pre-med program. We do have pre-law, which happen to be our two most popular programs. They're not majors within themselves, but they are concentrations almost, where students can connect with other faculty who show interest in this program and are advising these students. They can connect with alumni through networking as well. So there's a variety of different ways that you can be involved, but pre-med and pre-law happen to be the most popular at both campuses. Something also that I think is really important to Fordham is our Jesuit values. So Jesuit education really aims to educate the whole student. So we really focus on educating you, of course, academically, it's our #1 job, but also to make sure that you are doing well in every aspect. So finding your passion, making sure that you feel good about the work that you're doing, that your mental health is in a good space, that you physically feel really safe and comfortable at Fordham. So that ties into a lot of the Jesuit values, but we also really push our students and challenge them to try new things, to go take that internship opportunity, and to just really immerse themselves into New York City. As I've mentioned, it's a key benefit of Fordham. In terms of student life, we have a variety of service opportunities, whether that's right around the campus itself or opportunities to go countrywide and do global projects as well. And so 80% of our students will participate in some service project as they continue through their 4 years. We do offer study abroad. We have about 110 different study abroad programs that range from 52 countries and 6 different continents. So wherever you want to go, Fordham definitely has the program for you, with over 180 clubs as well, ranging from a cappella to Black Student Alliance, and mock trial, business and sports society. It truly is just such a long list, and there's so many different ways for students to get involved and even have a chance to kind of create their own clubs if they'd like to. Speaking about kind of ways that students get involved, we are a Division I school. So we do have 22 varsity sports on campus. And this allows for students to, again, be involved. Lots of different internship opportunities as well. And that is something that we really push our students to do. As I've mentioned, New York City is the best place to be in that aspect. With about 90% of our students participating in internships, that is the one key takeaway that we hope students are engaging with in their 4 years, is continuously pushing themselves to try new things. And I will leave it there. So thank you everyone so much for listening. And I hope that you take down my email if you do have any more questions and want to learn a little bit more about Fordham.
Well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about Fordham. From here, we'll head on over to Spring Hill College.
All right, the classic, give me 1 second to share my screen, friends. Okay, all right, so welcome to Spring Hill. As was said before, my name is Teresa Bertini. I am an alumni of Spring Hill, and I actually do not want to do the slideshow like this, so I'm going to do it my own way. I graduated class of 2018. I was an education major myself, and I am going to give you this presentation. So this is a picture of Spring Hill. We are one of 27 Jesuit colleges. So we are one of 2 of the Jesuit colleges in the South. We are in Mobile, Alabama. So if you are familiar with Gulf Shores, Pensacola, that area, we are about an hour away from all of those beaches, which I'll talk about later. We are also the 3rd oldest Jesuit school. So some quick facts about Spring Hill. We are from 31 states and 30 countries. 56% of our students are from out of state, 44% from the state of Alabama. 91% of our faculty do hold the highest degree possible. We have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, a 17-to-1 student to classroom ratio, because we are a smaller size school. So we are about 1,300 students, 1,500 with undergrad, and 70% of our students do live on campus. We're a residential campus. So that means that, you will live on campus unless you live within 50 miles of us. So here's some of my favorite parts of Spring Hill and downtown Mobile. So downtown Mobile is really lively. It's really colorful. We also are the originators of Mardi Gras. So we give our students a week off for Mardi Gras. That is around Easter break. It was actually 2 weeks ago, if it were to happen. And then Hangout Fest, if you have ever been to, Lollapalooza in Chicago, Hangout Fest is very similar to that, same artists, but you can actually choose to volunteer and clean the beaches afterwards, and you get to go for free. If you're a football fan, we host the Reese's Senior Bowl in January. Like I said before, we're very close to the beaches. We're on the Gulf Coast. We are within an hour and a half of 5 different white sandy beaches. It was one of the biggest reasons why I came down from Chicago to go to Spring Hill, was because of how beautiful the weather is and how nice those beaches are. So we have more than 47 majors or areas of concentration to choose from. You also can have a minor if you would choose, of course. We have the #1 nursing program in the state of Alabama. We also have a new 3+1 business program where in 4 years you get your undergraduate and graduate degree in supply chain management. I myself, like I said, was an elementary education major, and we are continually creating new majors and minors and also areas of concentration. So our newest one this past semester was sports management in business. These are just some of the places that our students have internships and employment. As you can see, Facebook, Google. What I think is really interesting is we've had this slide for a long time, and Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson have always been on there. Also, something that is great about Spring Hill is that we were nationally ranked among the top 10 colleges and universities in the country for return on investment. So your return on investment, or ROI, just means that once you graduate, you will quicker from this list of schools, receive the money that you invested into college. So we're up there with Stanford, Princeton, Harvard, Georgia Tech, and University of Texas, which is great. There are a ton of ways to get involved on campus. We do have Greek life. About 30% of our students go Greek. We rush in the spring, so you get to know the organizations beforehand. We have immersion trips, which I will talk about later. We have a multicultural student union, student nurse association, Spring Hillian newspaper. We have our own newspaper, which we make 4 copies a semester. And we also have rugby. We are Division II, which I will talk about later, but our rugby is a club and it is nationally ranked. These are just some photos from our events this past year. Our students were able to live on campus all year, and 90% of classes were in person. And as you can see, everybody wears their masks. So like I was saying, we have service trips and opportunities. Our international service immersion program is in Central America and in impoverished areas in North America. And then our Foley Center is actually just service around the area. I was a Foley Center student while I was at Spring Hill, and I did 3 to 6 hours of service. All 4 years I was at Spring Hill. It was an amazing time. Also, fun fact, these pictures are from when I studied abroad, so you can find me in the top right. I'm a lot tanner, but we have a campus in Bologna, Italy, and it is a Spring Hill College campus. So that means that when you go, your financial aid and scholarships travel with you. So the only thing you have to pay for is whatever you want to do on the weekends. So it's very, very affordable, and it is an amazing experience. It's service oriented. So you do a lot of work with the community, and it's not just, being a tourist. Like I said, we're NCAA Division II. These are the sports that we have. Like, we don't have football, but honestly, because we have rugby, we don't even care. We also have an 18-hole golf course and disc golf course on campus. And when you are a senior, you get to live on hole 14 of the golf course. So when you are ready to apply, we do accept applications traditional or test optional. So we have been test optional now for 2 years. This has nothing to do with COVID. But if you do apply test optional, either way, it's free. We ask for a transcript, essay, writing sample, rec letter, and resume. Traditional is the classic ACT, SAT, transcript, rec letter, essay. We super score, and we are a rolling admissions college. So you will actually find out about our decision within 8 to 10 days. And also, we cut our tuition in half this year. So we're very excited about that. We are more affordable now, and we definitely want to cater to all of our students. So if you have any questions, I'm actually going to put my information in the chat. And thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome, and thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about Spring Hill. Before we head on over to our next institution, I do want to make another quick plug for that Q&A. And so some of you have already been using it. That's wonderful, but don't forget that you do have 45 minutes with college representatives, and they would love to answer your questions. So if you do have questions about any of the institutions you've already heard from or any of the ones you're about to hear from, don't forget about that Q&A. But from here, we'll head on over to St. Mary's College.
Wonderful. Hello, everybody. I am also going to be sharing a small PowerPoint with you tonight. My name is Claire McNamara, and I am the admissions counselor for St. Mary's College. St. Mary's College, for those who don't know, is located in technically Notre Dame, Indiana. We're around South Bend, Indiana, which is right on the cusp of Michigan and about 2 hours away from Chicago. We are across the street from the University of Notre Dame, which is why we're technically in Notre Dame, Indiana. They have their own zip code and we're in there. So with St. Mary's College, we were founded in 1844 by the Sisters of the Holy Cross, who still have a convent on campus, actually. I'll talk about that a bit more later. But in St. Mary's College, we are an all-women's institution. We have about 1,600 students on campus. 2/3 of our students are coming from out of state. We have wonderful programs that we offer for our institution as well. Very individualized classroom experience. You have about a faculty student ratio of 10:1 with an average class size of 16. It's a nice small intimate class size to get to know your faculty, staff, and your classmates very well. As I mentioned, those academic programs, we have over 50 to choose from, and you compare them if you can double major, major and minor. I have one student who is triple majoring, and I have another student who's majoring with a triple minor. So there's a lot of ways that you can go about this. And our most popular programs are chemistry, biology, engineering, communication studies, business, speech and language pathology, education, nursing. We're actually #3 in the state of Indiana for nursing. And so with those programs, we also have a doctorate in nursing, as well as 3 master's programs. We have an autism studies and a data science master's program, which both of those are 4+1 programs. And we also have a master's program in speech language pathology as well. Something too to note is that our engineering program is actually a dual degree with the University of Notre Dame. So in 5 years, you'll receive a degree not only from us in a science or math or other option of your choosing for your bachelor's degree, but you also receive a degree from engineering from the University of Notre Dame. So very neat programs to choose from. And with that, because we are a nice sized institution for hands-on experiences, that's what you're going to get here at St. Mary's College. We have a lot of students who not only participate in research opportunities, but actually every student here on campus has to complete a senior comprehensive course. So you're really going to dive deep into research, into classroom experiences, or working hands-on in an art project and creating a portfolio, because every senior, no matter what you're majoring in, has to be a part of that. We have students who research bats and caves in the south area of the United States. We have students who go to the Galapagos Islands for their research, and we have students who do research on our campus or at the University of Notre Dame. There's plenty of opportunity for that to really dive in and know your passions about the subjects that you're studying. With that, benefits of a women's college. I did mention we are a women's college. I know sometimes that can kind of be a little bit nerve-wracking to some students, but what I have to say is this. I am our student employment coordinator, and I ask my students all the time, what do you love most about the women's college? They say, Claire, I love the fact that I can go to class and I don't care how I look. I'm just there to focus on studies. I love the fact that I'm building my confidence. I was an introvert when I started here. I didn't think I could be a leader, but seeing all my friends and classmates and professors as women leaders and going out there and meeting other people made me realize I can do that too. So truly, they're finding their voice here at St. Mary's College, and also they're just finding their way as a woman. As you can see, we have 51% of our women's college alumni complete a grad degree versus 27% of public, and 81% feel they are prepared for their job versus 65% at a public institution. Not only that, but of course you build a sisterhood. Having the friends in college that you do at a women's college is so much different than even just high school. There is truly a sisterhood that's created here. And what's really nice is that they tell me all the time that it's not like they're missing out on guys if they want guys, because they can go right across the street and the guys are right there. But it's great to have this environment where you could go work out in a gym. It's all women, where you can go in a class and talk about things that maybe relate to women more. And it just makes them feel more comfortable to engage in that growth process that takes place at college. The results are that 95% of our grads are enrolled or employed or in grad school within 1 year of graduation. This is due to wonderful career fairs that we have on our campus provided by the Career Crossings Office, as well as at the University of Notre Dame. Students are also able to have their resumes reviewed, mock interviews. We have 20,000 active alumni in our system that we can connect you with. So you really get that dive in deep to what you're passionate about working with our Career Crossings Office. And if you're not sure which one to study quite yet, that's okay. We still keep you on track to graduate in 4 years while you declare your major at the end of your sophomore year. So you've got 2 years still to decide whether or not what you exactly want to study, have a concentration and major in, all of that. Our value is priceless. 100% of our students do receive some kind of financial aid. The largest comes in a form of merit scholarships, which ranges from $15,000 a year to $30,000 a year. We have visit scholarships. We have art and music scholarships if you're pursuing those majors. We have lots of different options and grants as well based off of the FAFSA. Last year, we actually gave out $35 million in scholarships and grants to help with that. We have also with our tri-campus community, I mentioned that a few times. Just to put this in really quick, you can take classes at the University of Notre Dame, join clubs and organizations at the University of Notre Dame, or go to the football games there too. But there's so much taking place on our campus as well. We have over 60 academic programs, athletics, theater programs as well, varsity teams. And of course, we also have campus ministry. If you're interested in applying, feel free to also message me. I know I'm kind of running short on time here. We have an early decision and regular decision with the dates located here. And if you have questions, like I said, you can message me here, or you can send an email to this email right here. I'm your admissions counselor. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Claire, for sharing a little bit more about St. Mary's College. From here, we'll head on over to Providence College.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Just because I'm curious, if you wouldn't mind popping into the chat where you are joining us from, I'm always curious to hear where everyone is from. And the reason that I ask is because Providence College gets students from everywhere. And we really appreciate that we have students that are coming from everywhere and joining us from many states and many countries across the world. So let's get started. My name's Megan O'Rourke. I'm the Associate Dean for Midwest Recruitment at PC. For those that maybe aren't familiar, I'm going to give you just like a quick, easy overview of all of the things that you need to know. So easy, first fact for you all tonight. Providence College is located in Providence, Rhode Island. So for those not familiar, Providence, Rhode Island is the largest city and the smallest state in the country. We are about an hour away from Boston, about 3 hours away from New York City. Just like our peers, we are a Catholic institution, but we are Dominican. So we were actually founded in 1917 by Dominican friars, and we are actually currently still run by Dominican friars. The president of PC is a Dominican friar. I guess the tenet of a Dominican education, or maybe the slight difference between my Jesuit friends and Dominicans, is that the idea that faith and reason can coexist together, that they complement one another, that it all kind of provides students this search for discovery that takes place in their time while they're on campus. We are a mid-sized school, but small to mid-size in terms of the overall population. So total enrollment puts us at just under 5,000. Undergrad population, you can see on the screen, we're just about 4,200 undergraduate students. A good chunk of our students do come from New England, but selfishly, as one of the regionals on the staff, I'm based in the Chicagoland area. We do get a solid number of students from our Midwestern communities, and then out west where we have another regional based in California. So we are here to kind of work with you as you go through your process. So let's talk about kind of some of the easy academic things, because I think it's important to put into context where PC lands. We are a liberal arts school, so that's the place to start. We have 3 different schools, as you can see on the screen, that make up Providence College: School of Arts and Sciences, obviously, School of Business, and School of Professional Studies. Regardless of what you land in, I think it's important to recognize students in every major complete a core set of classes. Your growth and development as a student isn't specifically tied to your major. There's a bunch of different ways that you're going to learn and grow. This is obviously the main one, but it's not the only one. So the core classes plus classes in your major, you can add a minor, a double major. We want you to take advantage of all of the things that we have to offer, because that's really how you will accomplish all of your goals and feel like at the end of your time on campus that it was all worth it. Now, for those maybe not as familiar with PC, we are a school, like I said, that it offers liberal arts. That's what we're known for, kind of generally speaking, but programs that are popular at PC are going to be bio, psychology, education, our business programs, health policy and management, and we have a great fine art and studio art program. Couple of quick highlights. This goes back to this idea of education and things that are important to us. 37% of our recent grads worked on a research project. 96% of our 2019 class was in some sort of career relevant experience. Again, that education is not just happening in the classroom. It's happening through these different opportunities that you can take advantage of. Study abroad is really big at PC. Plenty of our students go abroad. Your financial aid package goes with you. And there's over 300 programs in 40 different countries to choose from. So lots of choices for you. Let me talk briefly about Providence. It's an awesome city. It's the capital of Rhode Island. Obviously on the water, that's the Providence River you can see in the picture. So there's this great balance of like stuff happening in the city of Providence. There's 120 student organizations. And I think students love that balance of all of the things happening in between the two, right? That's part of the appeal of going to a school in a city like Providence. Now, admission-wise, just like some of our peers, we are we are a test optional school. Academically, we're looking for an AB student. These are some of the things that we review when we look at an application. We'll get to that later, and you'll have an admission counselor that can help answer some of these more specific questions about our process. I think the last thing that I want to leave you with is that one of the things that I think is really important to talk about is outcomes, like what happens after all of this is done. 96% of our grads were either getting a job, attending grad school, but 93% of those students are in something that's relevant or what they want to do. And I think that speaks to the opportunities that PC provides and the experiences that you can have. So this is a great quote from one of our recent grads, and then I will leave you with this. This is my specific contact information. Happy to help answer any questions for you. I think, you know, as we go through this process together, our goal with our admission team is to make sure that you feel like you know what's going on. So we have a great group of virtual programs for juniors specifically. Sophomores join too. Those will start in the recent coming weeks. And then our hope is to get in-person visits back kind of in the rotation for everybody come the summer. So we would love to have you come to campus when that is available, but we're going to kick everything off with a virtual set of programs in the meantime. So pop any questions you have in the chat. Happy to answer those. I'm going to send it back over to Isabel. Thanks, everybody.
Great. Thank you so much, Megan, for sharing more about Providence. Next up, we have Newman University.
Perfect. Let me share my screen and we will get started. I want to first introduce myself. My name is Christine Gibble. I'm the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admission here at Newman University. We're located in suburban Philadelphia, and I'll talk a little bit more about that and frame that location for you. I am a two-time Newman alum, so I'm super excited that you are taking the time to hear more about my alma mater tonight. I want to first go through and talk about where Newman is located. So we're 25 minutes south of Philadelphia with driving distance between the New Jersey beaches, New York City, and we are also very close to the Pennsylvania-Delaware line as well. We were funded in 1965 by the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia, and we are Catholic education in the Franciscan tradition. We also, one thing, our claim to fame is that we require 100% of our students to complete an internship. You will see on the screen there that we have received a few College of Distinction Awards, not only for our programs in business and education and nursing, but also for our career development, and that goes directly to the experiential learning that students are getting in those internship experiences. We also are Catholic education of distinction, which we're very proud of. Go through the numbers here quickly. So approximately 2,400 undergraduate students at Newman. We offer 48 different academic programs, and I'll go through those here in a second. Average class size is 22, pretty small. 14:1 student to faculty ratio. So for every 14 students, we have one faculty member. We are Division III, and we offer 24 varsity teams. We have 4 different residence halls on campus, and that is suite style living. And then 99% of our students receive some sort of merit aid. And I'll talk a little bit more about that here when we get to financial aid. Listed on the screen there for you are our academic programs, and I'll go through and talk about a few of them. We'll start with A. So we offer accounting and also a master's in forensic accounting and fraud detection. You'll see biology is very popular, and especially the biology clinical lab science, which is a medical lab position where students or people in that career are collecting samples, running tests, writing reports, that kind of thing. Also offer business administration, tracks in finance, human resources, and international business. We have communication and digital media, as well as a couple tracks in criminal justice. New to the New University this year, we offer cybersecurity and data science analytics, and we're very excited about those. Those fields are very up and coming. We also offer education and health sciences. A brand new health sciences center on campus opened about 1.5 years ago with brand new athletic training labs and physical therapy labs, and we're excited about that for our students. Also very popular major here at Newman is nursing. So we have an NCLEX pass rate of about a 94, which is above the national average, which is an 85 to an 88. So we're very, very proud of that program. We also offer multiple pre-programs. So pre-professional programs, anywhere where you see pre, you need more than just a bachelor's degree. You would need a master's or a doctorate, depending on the level of study that the field requires. So we have a couple different agreements with other universities for those as well. And then to bring in the end here, we have psychology and social work, which go hand in hand. And then also, if nothing here strikes you, or if there's multiple things on this screen that strike you, we have the undecided so that you can really try and find the major that fits you best. We want you to be successful in the classroom at Newman, and what we have is called the Hub. So we offer tutoring and writing services, disability services, as well as academic coaching. So high school students, your day is very regimented. You go from class to class to class, and you repeat 5 days a week. College is not like that. You are the master of your own domain, and some people really take to that environment, and others need a little bit more help. And an academic coach will sit down with you and go through your schedule and kind of work through those time management skills that you need to be successful. Because we have required 100% of our students to complete an internship, we also have a career and personal development office, and they will work with you to work on your resume writing or your interviewing skills. And they also have a list of all paid and unpaid internships that you can apply for or that students have done in the past, which is great. Like I said, we are Division III varsity athletics, so we have the sports listed on the screen there for you, as well as the club teams that we offer. You'll see there's no football at Newman. We are undefeated, but we have rugby as well. There's pros and cons to D3, and one of the pros is that you're playing against like ability smaller teams, so you're more likely to see playing time. The con is that because we are Division III, I can't give an additional scholarship to students who are So the application process, we are on the Common App as well as on our website directly. We do an early action deadline of December 1st. So we guarantee if you apply and we have all your materials by December 1st, we guarantee a decision by Christmas. After that, we're rolling admission, which means that once your application is complete, we can have a decision out to you in about 8 to 10 business days. We have moved test optional, and that looks different for other universities. So definitely do some research with Newman if you're interested in and look through and see what our test optional policy is. For some of the majors that were listed on that previous screen, we do require SAT scores. And if we need those, we will reach out to the students directly, as well as if we need an essay or a recommendation letter. You'll also see at the bottom, we have our federal school code for the FAFSA information.
I would encourage everyone, once you complete your applications to universities, the next thing to think about is financial aid. And I would encourage everyone to complete the FAFSA process. We offer a merit scholarship to every applicant that is admitted to the university. This year, this is what we're offering. We're offering somewhere between $10,000 and $19,000 based on the student's cumulative GPA. You can see the higher your GPA, the higher the merit scholarship that you will receive. We also offer additional scholarships. One I want to point out there at the top is the Catholic High School grant. If you graduate from a Catholic high school, you receive an additional $3,000 in aid. Also offer a residential grant to students living on campus. And then new this year, we offer a first generation grant for students who neither mom or dad have achieved a bachelor's degree. That is my time, everyone. Please, if you have questions, don't hesitate to put them in the Q&A, and I will also put my contact information in the chat. Thanks so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Christine, for sharing more about Newman. And you already hit the nail on the head because I was about to make a plug for that Q&A. So one more further reminder to everyone that we do have 6 wonderful college representatives here to answer your questions. So don't forget that you can take advantage of all of their knowledge, both about their institution and more broadly through that Q&A option. But from here, we'll head on to our final institution of the session, which is University of Dallas.
Hi, everyone. Before Vicky goes ahead and starts the slideshow, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Cecilia Dugyan. I am one of the admission counselors here at University of Dallas. I serve homeschool students as students in Waco. So if some of you are homeschool students, I'll drop my contact information so you can send me your questions. I'll be monitoring some of the questions that you send our way, and I'll be answering any that you send.
Hi, you guys. My name is Vicky Vo. I am also one of the other admission counselors here at the University of Dallas. I typically serve students in the North and Southwest states, as well as the Dallas-Fort Worth area and the Texas Panhandle. So I'm going to start by saying welcome to University of Dallas. To kind of get started, as far as the academic side, we do have the core curriculum. So it's about 60 credit hours, 19 courses. All students at UD participate in the core curriculum. So we're not here to leave you in the dust. This is for everybody, and it's a great way to kind of make friends, especially when you're in the classroom and you get those faces of being lost and you kind of look across the room and you have the same exact face. So great way to kind of make friends with the core curriculum. We are great books focused, so you'll be reading things like The Odyssey, Plato, Crime and Punishment. So very familiar works that you probably have read while you're in high school, but while you're here at UD, we really dive into these books and kind of see how they kind of shaped our Western civilization today. So it's kind of an opportunity for you to kind of dive across all dialogues of life. So you'll be taking things like a course of literature class, mathematics, politics, theology, a foreign language, and an art class. So you kind of get to see you're taking classes from all spectrums of life. Our main focus with the core curriculum is we want you to be a well-rounded person. Another focus is that we want you to be able to think critically, write well, read well, and also speak eloquently as well. So that's kind of our base core curriculum that we have here at UD, and we take so much pride in our core. As far as academics here at UD, we have multiple 4+1 programs. To kind of give some examples, psychology 4+1. We also have engineering 4+1, business 4+1. So what 4+1 means is that you are taking undergrad courses as well as graduate courses. The most kind of affordable way and easiest way to kind of get your bachelor's and master's degree at the same time. So here at UD, I know on your screen, it says all roads lead to Rome, which is very cliche, but it's very evident for UD. So we do have a Rome program. So it's an opportunity for you to study abroad in our second campus. It's called the Dewey Santi campus. It is our campus. We built it. It's available to all students. Typically, students will go their sophomore year, either fall or spring. We do have summer programs available as well, but it's not the same as the fall and spring. Great way for an opportunity for you to kind of study abroad and kind of explore new culture. So while you're in Rome, you'll be taking 5 core classes. You need to take these 5 core classes anyway. So at this point, you kind of get to decide, do I want to take these 5 core classes in Rome, Italy, or in Dallas, Texas? It's kind of your choice there, but personally, I think I would take the Italy route. Lots of travel opportunities while you're in Rome as well. We'll take you on a 10-day trip to Greece in accordance to the core curriculum. Also, we are on block schedule while you're in Italy. So what that means is that you will have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So definitely time for you to travel, hit as many countries as you can while you're in Rome, or kind of go into the city of Rome as well, or just kind of take the opportunity to kind of explore the campus and kind of work on some extra schoolwork that you need to turn in as well. While you're in Rome, Italy, the cost, tuition is the same regardless you're in Texas or Italy. Financial aid goes with you, scholarship goes with you as well. We do have separate scholarships for a Rome program. So the semester before you go, you just kind of apply and see if you have any scholarship money to go to Rome. So we are a Catholic institution. Only 80% of our students identify as Catholic. We have daily mass and sacraments as well. Another thing about UD is that we're enthusiastically Catholic. We have mass. We have a huge bell tower on our campus that kind of signals when it's time to go to mass. And it's the longest jingle that you can ever hear. I feel like it plays for hours, but it's typically only about a minute or two. So while you're here at the University of Dallas, definitely the Catholicity is very present on campus. So we are NCAA Division III. I was a former D3 volleyball player, so I really know how D3 athletics kind of work. Here's a list of athletics that we have here on campus. As most schools that's in this visit, we do not have a football team as well. I think it's kind of some charms to not having a football team. It kind of makes our campus more tight knit and not have that hierarchy on campus, but we do get really, really competitive with D3. We do not offer any athletic scholarships, but we're very, very generous with our academic scholarships. So kind of a little bit about UD outside of athletics and the Rome program. We have little quirky traditions. So we celebrate Groundhog Day, and it's not the Groundhog Day that you guys are thinking about. Groundhog Day is kind of like our homecoming. It's an opportunity for students across the country to kind of come back and visit campus and kind of see what UD is like now. And we also have things like Charity Week, Music on the Mall. We have over 50 student-led clubs and organizations, residence life, and other opportunities for you to kind of have fun here at UD. We are located in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, so lots of opportunity for you to kind of come to campus and come see Dallas. We're just right outside of campus. From our campus, you can see the Dallas skyline from here. Plenty of opportunities to kind of go enjoy nightlife. There's a zoo here, an aquarium here as well. So life after graduation, since we are in such close access to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there's tons of internship opportunities, job fairs to kind of go to. We have an excellent graduation placement statistics. We surveyed the class of 2019, and 98% of them either got into the job of their choice or got into their grad school of their choice. So a little bit about the admissions process. You can apply using the Common App or apply Texas if you're from Texas. Letter of recommendation of a counselor. We are test optional this year, and we're one of the schools that we don't need an ACT, SAT, or CLT scores later on. We just kind of think right now for COVID is the safest way to kind of promote social distancing right now. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email us or call the number on your screen. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Vicki, for sharing more about University of Dallas. At this point, we do have just a moment left before we will need to wrap up our session. But at this point, I'll invite all of our college representatives to hop back on over video, and we'll do a very quick lightning round set of questions. So I think what we'll go with is if everyone can take a moment to share an interesting or fun fact about your institution, and let's go ahead and have folks go in the order that you all presented. So we'll start with Fordham.
Awesome. So Fordham has been known to be in a few movies, The Exorcist being one of them. So for those who are into those thriller and kind of scary movies, the Fordham College at Rose Hill in the Bronx has been known to be seen in a few of those scary movies.
Fun fact about Spring Hill is that with our close community, every semester we have a fake wedding on campus.
I guess a fun fact about St. Mary's College is that we have apparently the funnest tradition for students is breakfast where the professors actually like make breakfast for them on finals week, and that's a big thing. Yeah, dancing on tables and everything.
I've already said our fun fact. We were founded by friars. Friars live on campus. They teach classes. It's pretty unique. We're the only school in the country that's still run by a friar. So I'm going to go with that. Teresa, hard to beat yours though.
I'm going to go. So Newman has basically their own version of a yes day. So I don't know if you've recently seen this idea of yes day, but Newman has what's called the best day ever, where they poll the students on campus, and the last day of classes officially, they have a huge bash. It goes from the morning to the evening, and it's all centered around what students actually suggested that they want to do. So it's a great day. It's a great day on campus.
Here at University of Dallas, we have something called Charity Week, and one of the booths or kind of events we have for Charity Week, we build a jail in the middle of our campus, and it looks like a legitimate jail. And one way we can raise money is that you get to put your fellow classmates into jail. So you pay to put them in jail, and the only way for them to get out is if they match that same amount or pay a little bit more. And towards the end of the week, it's fair game, so you get to put your professor in jail as well, and it just happens to be class time as well, so you don't have class for the day. The teachers kind of got creative as well, and they like to kind of march their students into jail as well.
Awesome. Great. Thank you all. Those were fun. A lot of those were new for me as well. So I really appreciate you all taking the extra moment to share that fun fact with us. But with that does wrap up this session. That is the time that we have. I do want to say a big thank you to our college representatives for sharing a little bit more about their institutions. Thank you, thank you. And also a big thank you to all of you for joining to learn a little bit more as well. A note that you will see a very quick 4-question survey appear on your screen as soon as the session closes out. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill it out, it's very helpful for us to get feedback as we continue to plan events such as these. A reminder that there are 2 more hours of sessions after this session wraps up, so feel free to check those out and sign up for more if you haven't already. And that this session was recorded. So for those of you still sending questions in the Q&A, a reminder that you can circle back to any of this information, including the college representative's contact information via that recording at strivescan.com/NCCAA. And we'll get that up online within the next few days. So keep an eye out for that too. But a big thank you once again to our college representatives, a big thank you to all of you for joining, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of their evening.